Yeah, it is not clickbait. You actually go to jail for waving around the Spanish flag. Now, this is happening in Morocco, which is not Spain, but it is a sign of the times in which we're living in and the things to come. Guys, as always, welcome to a Modern Survivalist channel. If you really want to learn more about preparedness, survival, especially for everything that you see happening all over the world, you'll see this in this video in a second. I've been doing this for a long time. There's a lot of information packed in the channel, and you have my books, Street Survival Skills, Surviving the Economic Collapse, especially Street Survival Skills. I cover a lot of aspects of preparedness, survival, self-defense, practical skills, security when you're out and about on the streets, in your home, in your vehicle, a lot more. Things that I've learned in classes and things that I've learned actually living through these things. You have those in the links there below in Amazon. Prime would be free shipping. So best way of getting them. Now, I find this very interesting because while in Morocco you get thrown in jail for waving around the Spanish flag, in Spain you have no problem moving around and waving around and having demonstrations with Morocco flag or flags from anywhere else. Now, that's one of those things where if it's good for, what's the phrase? If it's good, yeah, there it is. What's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? So, yeah, it should be a two-way street, okay? If it's allowed in one place, it should be allowed in the other, or not, because that's the problem we have. We have this cultural identity crisis by which we think that it is okay for others to do things, but not in our own countries. We have this thing of not even allowing the celebration of your own culture. And this is what's happening in Morocco already, where there's no tolerance for anything other than your own nationality. In Spain, where you have people now demonstrating with flags from other countries because they want to impose that religion, that culture, that way of life, those values. And then you have countries like UK, where a little girl is not even allowed to go to school wearing a dress that basically has her own flag. She is in UK, but she cannot have the UK flag brought to school in Diversity Day because that's not diversity. That is nationalism. That is the far right. It's really not all different from what you see in the United States, where so many Americans feel that the American flag is, oh, that is the imperialistic, far-right, conservative bullshit, whatever it is. It's basically hatred towards who you are, your own identity. And this is right now in a massive crisis. We need to put our ducks in a row and decide what you want to be. Because I found this also very interesting. This is a player from the Spanish national team. He's kissing the Moroccan flag because that's where his family comes from. That's his culture, basically. But because he was born in Spain, he can play for the national team, even though he obviously favors another nationality. He actually wears the flag of that other country in his own boots. Now, as an Argentine that is current champion of the world 3 times, yeah, that a lot of it's not a sense of pride just because you become the champion of the world for the 3rd time, double champions of America. Yeah, that's also very cool. But you know what? And I dare speak for every single Argentine that ever watched a match or was cheering for your national team. We would rather not see Argentina score another fucking goal for the rest of eternity instead of having one of our players go to the field with our national shirts, our flag, wearing our flag, and having someone else's flag in his boots. I'd rather never see Argentina win ever anything again my entire life, because that's disgraceful. Because at the end of the day, it's not about kicking a ball and winning a trophy, even though it may well be the hardest trophy to get ever. It's about your national identity. It's about the pride you have in your nationality. Now, we are all different. We all have our thing. For us in Argentina, it's playing football, right? What you guys would call soccer, but that's, yeah, I think, even thinking about it, I think got me choking there for a second. But all jokes aside, who are you? I'm an American. Okay, you probably celebrate 4th of July. You have the American flag in some of your clothes. You have maybe one in your home. That's part of your identity. That's part of who you are, right? And that's fine. You celebrate when your team wins anything that involves a national team in the Olympics, Of course, the United States has never won a FIFA World Cup, so that's something that is foreign to you guys. That sense of... But if you would, which could possibly happen one day, that day you will be champions of the world in the most popular sport in the planet, in the most competitive sporting event there is, and you will feel a sense of pride that goes beyond the sport. And this is what we've done. This is who we are, right? And it's not just, I paid this guy to play. No, that guy is probably playing for free. He's probably a multimillionaire. He's probably spending millions of dollars of his own money so as to help the team, the national team, because there's something greater than just having money. And this is something these guys have often talked about. I would rather give up everything I have so as to bring that thing home. Bring that thing home. That's the words they say, even though they haven't lived in the country most of their life, but they know who they are. This kid knows who he is as well. He's a Moroccan, but he's playing for Spain. That's okay, but don't be confused about how this has implications, broader implications to your national identity, to your culture, to the survival of your own, right? Slowly being eroded and taking away, like it happened to this little girl, up to this point of no return. I believe it's a point of no return. Hopefully I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong about this. I would love to be wrong about UK actually already being dead. I believe that's the case, unfortunately, because this is just ridiculous. You could take that flag to a school day in Argentina. No one would have a problem with that, especially in an international day of whatever. But you know the big difference? You can take any flag in one of these schools in Argentina, but one of the things that will never ever happen is anyone in Argentina punishing you or not letting you into class for wearing the national flag. Are you fucking insane? Are you crazy? Have you lost all decency that you're going against who you are? Are you fucking nuts? That's the difference. And this is something that, unfortunately, these days in the Western world is slowly being integrated. It's a mind virus. It's a mind virus mostly from the left that seeks to destroy these Western cultures that have these values that they seek to no longer have in their own countries. They want to destroy. This is straight out of the Marxist book, right? The little red book of Marxism and communism, and all of these left-wing ideologies basically strongly lean towards the destruction of your national identity and who you are, and then imposing the communal socialist fucking behavior, because it is all about loyalty to the state and nothing more, right? But it is something you really need to be worried about. You have to understand how serious this is, because one day you will go out there and not recognize your own country. You will not recognize it because it's not there anymore.